Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first installment of You Can Make It Happen. Today, we're going to be making a new gasket for the fuel sending unit on Camille because none of my local parts stores will carry it or have it, and I am done with the China Bay junk, whatever you want to call it, junk. So, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Stay tuned, and I'll show you what we're doing. So as you can see, I have my tools of choice laid out to make this gasket. We got a Sharpie marker, a punch, a pair of scissors, my weapon of choice, my brass hammer, makes a nice thump, my X-Acto knife set, and of course, our gasket material, a sheet of cork rubber. Now I went with the 8-inch thick. They have a lot of different thicknesses, but you can see it seals oil, water, and gasoline. So basically, any gasket you have on your vehicle, this will work for it. It was like 25 bucks, but it's worth its weight in gold if you don't have it and you don't want to wait on some good old flimsy junk China Bay stuff. So we're going to get into it. Well, we got our pattern made. I'm going to use my punch and go around and get all the holes punched. And once those are all done, I'm going to come back in with my X-Acto knife and cut this center out. Once that's done, I'm going to use these scissors and do a rough cut and finish the trim. All right, so we got it done using just this normal flat punch. The brass hammer, I just took it, smacked it really good, and you'll see it's nice and clean. No rips or tears. I leave a good impression. And you have these little cork beads or gasket material left over, whatever you're using. And, you know, we got good professional clean results. I mean, you can see that bead is just perfect. And, you know, we're done and we're actually ready to go on to the next step and get it cut out. But, you know, just a good old flat punch did the work instead of having to twist and turn, you know, with one of the hollow ones. Just put it in the spot where you need it and smack her good and hard with the hammer. And this is, yeah, again, you can see nice and clean, nothing fancy, nothing expensive. Did it right here at home. So I made my cut and we're ready to pull this center out here. Let's see if we can't. Yep. And out she comes. So I'm going to use my scissors here in a minute and get everything cut, and then we'll use the scissors to finalize this trim and be almost ready to install. And here we go. As you can see, I cut it out square, you know, somewhat close to the actual pattern. That way you don't have to be trying to move the sheet that you're working with around and mess up or do something like that. Plus, it's a really good way to test out your scissors and make sure they're good and sharp, because the last thing you want to do is do this all over again. And I'm going to hurry up and trim this out and show you what we got. And there we have it. There is our new gasket. She is same thing I drew out. So nice and easy. I'm glad that this is something that I learned many years ago. It does make things easier. The gasket material is cheap compared to not having it and trying to use some RTV, something like that. You know, it might seal it up for a little while, but it's not going to be permanent. That would be a quick fix. I am going to use some of this on it to help it set up and hold it into place. Other than that, what you see is what we got. And now I still have plenty of material to make other gaskets that I may need later. So get this all installed and put back together in the tank, and we'll be one step closer. Now I just got to wait on Gab to give me a call, and we'll get her over there and get the exhaust done, and we don't have to worry about blowing the shop up. So I went ahead and I've got it installed. I did do a leak test on it, which is basically put your finger over it. And it still has about 5 gallons of fuel in it. And you hold it there and you look to see if any gas is coming out around your screws or anything else like that, which I did the same thing last time. Didn't have a problem. It was with water. This time it's actually with gasoline. So, well, as you can see, I don't have any wet spots. Whoop. Yep, watch out for that. So, we're good. And actually, I'm going to do that again because I may have something there. I'm just not for sure. I want to double check that and I'm glad it's on camera because I do have one that's not real bad, but we're gonna stagger down a little bit more. What did I do with that? So the good thing is cork will take a lot more pressure than those little bitty thin rubber seals. Yeah, that's tight. Always go around them to make sure. You guys can see I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it, but I do have some moisture there. Let's try it again real quick, see what we got, because if I'm still getting some coming through them screws, I'm going to take some Ultra Black and put on each one of those, or some thread sealant, one or the other, and stop that from happening. Because all it's doing is it's bleeding around the threads. All right. So I'm still seeing some. It's not a lot, but it's enough for me to go ahead and do the next step, which is take them out individually, put some Ultra Black on it, and seal them up. So, all right, so we are done. And actually, this was the only one that was wet whenever I took it out. So I don't know if there's something wrong, because there's a threaded backing plate that's actually in the tank that sits in there and it stays. So I'm actually wondering if maybe the threads are a little loose there. I mean, it tightens up fine, but all the rest of those were dry. I still went ahead and basically just dipped the screw into there and then threaded it in to my plate. So yeah, that's my fix. And we're going to let her sit up just a little bit, and then we'll try another wet test and see what happens. All right, so Camille is all done. She's sealed up. She's back down on the ground. She fought me a little bit, but that's my fault. I didn't take the fuel out of it. I could have. She was open, primed for the taking, and nope. I didn't make it easy on myself one little bit. And you know what? It happens. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this. A little bit of something different, a little fun. We're still waiting on the exhaust shop so Gab can get the flanges ordered and we can get her done. At least now, whenever I go to drive her home from the exhaust shop, she's not going to go up in flames. And that's a big win. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm glad you guys watched. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Remember, rusted or busted, you guys can make it happen. Get out there and do it.